What I'm about to say will probably leave you a bit confused and make you want to click off this video, but I promise you it will make sense and you will be glad that you stayed. There's currently two massive problems stopping you from getting to your goals. And those two things are, you want your goals too much, and your goals are too important to you. What? How does that make sense, Brian? What the hell are you even talking about? Of course they're important to me. Of course I want them. They're my goals. Desire and importance mess up the things that truly get you to your goals, and I will explain why now. What do you do when you go get yourself a glass of water in the morning? You don't stop on your way to the sink to look at videos of people drinking water on your phone, or completely stop and lose track of what you're doing because you're fantasizing about drinking water. That's what excess desire does. You don't spiral in your head about the implications of you going to get your water. You don't get upset or start resenting someone because you see them drinking water on your way there. You don't waste your time wishing you were drinking water right now, and you don't stop and give up and go back to your room because on the way to the kitchen there was a closed door that you had to open. That's what excess importance does. If you did all of those things, getting your glass of water in the morning would be a massive ordeal. It would be so difficult. That's what you're doing to yourself with your goals. When you get yourself water, you think in your head, I want water, and you get up and pour yourself a glass. You don't put people that have water on a pedestal, and you don't stop if the water's taking too long to pour. You just go and get what already belongs to you. When you encounter that closed door, you don't waste a bunch of energy running into it and smashing through it. You don't start getting stressed out and crying because the door's closed and you have to open it and you don't know how to. You just grab the handle and open the door. There's no stress, no jealousy, no anxiousness, no negative emotions, just calm, collected action. Manic importance and desire causes you to panic when things go wrong. It causes you to create problems that don't exist. It causes you to waste time. And it causes you so much upset that when a problem happens, you give up altogether. That's why people quit. Excess desire and importance. Remember, the main problem plaguing people from being successful and achieving the life they want to have is giving up, and reducing desire and importance is how you never give up. All you have to do is reduce those two things, because at the end of that, all that will be left is intention. Intention is pure. It's the only ingredient that you need, because with intention, you decide to have and then you go get. It's that simple. With your food, hopefully you're avoiding all the shit cancer-causing chemicals that they're putting in a lot of it nowadays. So stop doing the same thing with your brain, because desire and importance are just like those shit chemicals in your food, but for your brain. Sure, you might still get what you want in the end, which is bread, for example. You could go buy bread from the supermarket, but it's going to have all sorts of crap chemicals in it than if you were to just bake it yourself with simple whole ingredients. And for your brain, that simple whole ingredient is intention. When just intention is left, if you encounter a problem, because there's none of that manic importance and desire, you see solutions much easier. You don't get upset when the view count is lower. You just go and make that next video, just like getting your water in the morning. Sure, if someone fires you up and tells you that we're all running a race, it's all a competition, and if you stop just for 1 second, someone's gonna go ahead of you and beat you and take everything you want, that might make your next video better, but inevitably, it won't be long before the next video doesn't do as well. And when that happens, you'll become more upset and your motivation is going to crash hard below baseline, and you would have been better off just running off pure intention, because once your motivation drops below baseline, it's quite hard to get it back up. Andrew Tate was known to say something like, your business potential is capped at your stress tolerance, and something like that. And he always used to say, to back that up, that you have to attach mentally but not emotionally to business. And this is what he meant by that. Watching all this alpha male content, self-improvement, is good because it led me to a right path, but it also really fucked with these two emotions for me, and I found the wrong things important, and I ended up desiring the wrong things as well, and I ended up comparing myself to those people a bit too much. Because I'm 24 and someone achieved this by 25, and if I don't achieve this earlier, then I'm worse than him, whatever. It got to the point where those thoughts were the main source of stress in my life, and those YouTubers I was watching were not serving me anymore. I had this manic importance, and it really messed with my brain because I kept having thoughts about making X per month, really stressing about it, and it stopped me from doing the necessary work that's required to actually get there. But now, I'm relaxed. I know I'm doing the right actions every day. I have a rigorous schedule and I'm trying to follow it as best as I can. I know that my goals are coming to me. As a result, my mental health is so much better. I'm not manically checking YouTube analytics every 2 seconds. Aim for that. Just relaxed, focused action. On my other YouTube channel, even though I didn't realize it at the time, every time I stopped caring so much about the results and just got on with it, my results were so much better. And every time I panicked because I was in a slump for views and I had elevated desire and importance, the content I got out was always rushed, clickbaity, got no views, and always ended up getting way more negative comments. The thing that caused me the most pain in my life was having zero control. Having to go to school, having to go to work, having to do something because someone told me to. This lack of control was the biggest pain point in my life. It was the common denominator in everything that I didn't like about my life. And it's the reason I'm living the life I'm living now. I'm working on reclaiming my control in every aspect, and I've realized recently that desire and importance are also controlling you. They prevent you from taking the right actions at the right time, they slow down your progress, and at worst, if someone convinces you that something is important to you when it isn't, it causes you to chase goals that aren't even your goals. And that ends up wasting years of your life, just like a 9-to-5 does. My mission with this channel is to help you quit the 9-to-5 life, break free from this control just like I did 3 years ago, and start living a new life. I've always had a thing with authority, and I just hated when someone could tell me what to do and when to do it. And if you're watching this, you're the same as me. Let's build a life where we have no masters. Let's control our own lives instead of a boss forcing us to do something or having to follow a certain life path because X influencer convinced you that it was the best one. And I am being a bit of a hypocrite by saying this, I'm not gonna lie, because I say that the best life path is to quit your 9-to-5, blaze your own path, whatever. That might not be for you, but if it is, that's the mission of this channel, and you're gonna find these videos useful. It's not for everyone, but if you're one of the few that wants to blaze their own path, I will do everything in my power to help you do that. So now, let's exercise some self-sovereignty and go to the gym because we want to, not because someone else told us to. Let's go. Jesus. It is a warm day today, finally. Yesterday was rainy as fuck, and I think my mood is somehow, in some way, tied to the weather, because yesterday I was thinking of fucking moving back to Asia, and now I'm like, oh yeah, this is fine, I quite like England. I'm still quite conflicted in my head about what it is that I want, where I want to live. There's a lot of factors coming into play about it, and I'm currently journaling a lot about it, but England just feels weird to me. Like, it feels like in one way that I've taken a step back almost moving back here, but in another way, like, I mean, the last video was a 1 out of 10 on the algorithm, you know? So I'm actually doing quite well in business here. So it's a bit of a confusing one, and I'll keep you updated on that one, on how I feel about it. Because I know at the time as well, when I decided to move back here, I was eager. Like, for the last 3 weeks, I couldn't wait to get back to England. So maybe my mind's just playing tricks on me, but nothing is ever black and white, cut and dry. There's always going to be some benefits to everything and some drawbacks to everything, right? I'll keep you updated on how I feel about the whole situation now. I also wanted to talk to you a little bit about my actual financial situation currently, because I realised that I only ever talk about how much money I used to make, and I never really occurred to me until someone left a comment and was like, Brian, I'm a bit confused. How do you actually make your money? Because, you know, I haven't posted on my other channel in about 4 months now, and, you know, the game that I always talk about that gives me all of my income, you know, that doesn't have as much players as it used to have. So he rightfully left a comment and asked, you know, how do you make your money right now? And the answer is, I actually still make money from the game. And whilst it might look, obviously it's not getting as many sales as it did when it launched, but the game is still bringing in $15,000 a month. And the reason that is because there's still a very active YouTuber community around the game, and there's YouTubers making videos on the game, and that, I think, cumulatively, the game gets about 500,000 views on YouTube a month. And if you convert that, I mean, like 1%, 2% of people that watch those videos might convert to a sale, even less, even if it was 0.5%, it does make sense, right? So I'm still actively working on that, and because of that, it's still bringing in a decent income. The next question you may ask is, what about the future, Brian? What are you going to do to make your money in the future? And the answer to that is, I have 2 options right now. The first option is to go back to that channel, keep making videos on it, and just make another game. And then probably that game, if I made it, the other game made $100,000 in a month. So it will probably make about $100,000 at least in its lifespan, right? And that would be a nice, comfortable income. And then I could just keep making these games until, like a lot of the people in that space that that channel is in, I will have my big break game, you know, the one that sells 1 million, 2 million, and then I could buy a house for my family and fuck off and never go back to the internet again. That is one option. The second option is the one that I want to go with, and it is to stop making those videos, because through those videos and through my success on that other channel, I have prevented so much pain from happening in my life. I've saved myself from such a painful life, and I think it would be a waste to not share my knowledge with you and help you escape that same pain, and then make money using this channel, you know, keep making videos on this channel, eventually monetize it, and the way that it would be monetized is to help people escape that pain. It's a lot more of a noble thing to do, in my opinion. It's a lot more purposeful, and it's a lot, I just can't see myself making games for the rest of my life. It's just not what resonates with me. It's not what I want to do. I find it fun, but visualizing the rest of my life just making games, it just feels a bit empty to me, like an empty existence. And sure, I might be helping some kids out there escape a life that they don't necessarily like, just like I used to escape back when I was a child, and that there is some merit to that. But at the same time, I'm feeding gaming addictions that I used to have. Whereas with this channel, I can provide so much more pain relief than those games would ever be able to provide. That's why I am keeping on with the videos on this channel, and that's why I'm stopping myself essentially from making all this other money on the other channel, because I could go back to it at any second, but I'm not, because I want to make these videos. And at a certain point, yeah, because I will keep putting work in this channel, I'm sure that I'll make a pretty comfortable living from this channel as well. It just might take a little bit longer, or it might not, I don't know, but this is what I have chosen to do, and I hope that explains a little bit about my life situation to you. So yeah, that's why I'm doing it. I'm taking a risk with this. I really am. I don't know how long this channel will take to do well, but I'm confident that the game will still be making income for a long time, and that's why I've allowed myself to do this. Take a risk. You won't regret it. Alright bro, all done. We are going back home now. I've just realised I have put on one of my old t-shirts that I thought I threw away like 2 years ago. Get home, look how badly it fits around my arms, makes my arms look small. Anyway, today was another running session for some reason. I keep meaning to record on the gym days, but yesterday was a bank holiday in England and it was so busy that I couldn't get anything done. Like everything was constantly taken and it was just a really painful experience. Today's run felt good. I'm slowly increasing the pace. I will get to that 20-minute 5K. You will see in like 6 months from now, maybe less, maybe 3 months, you're gonna see I will be at that 20-minute 5K. I don't really know how to train to run a 5K fast. I'm just kind of going with the flow, just running faster every time, and we'll see how it goes. Oh yeah, and the last thing I wanted to say is that I'm open to not just recording my gym sessions. I can record any part of my life for you, just so you can see what it's like, you know? So if there's any specific thing you want to see in these unfiltered kind of raw sections, let me know. I'm more than happy to try new things and add them in. So I'm still just experimenting with it myself. Anyway, that is the last thing. Handing it over to the other Brian.
If you like my mission and the message I'm trying to spread, welcome. You're gonna fit right in with us because you are like us. Everyone on this channel is with you and I'm with you. You fucking got this. And if you like this video, if you want to subscribe to me, go ahead because I'm not stopping making these videos anytime soon and I'll see you in the next one.